channel. Vertigo Ghoul here, and today we're going to be talking about Crytek's most recent post and tease on their official Hunt Showdown Twitter account, talking about customizable ammo. Actually a really exciting topic and something I've been looking forward to for a long time. I didn't know if it was ever going to come, but here it is. And here's the post on screen. Crytek actually had some things to say about this, and let me get into that real quick. They can only reveal high-level information right now, but the sooner that they get around to releasing more details, the details will obviously be revealed. The idea is that you can unlock ammo types for each weapon family just like you do unlock variants currently for weapons. You can then choose to equip these instead of basic ammunition. Each ammo type will come with pros and cons to not just make basic ammo obsolete. For example, you will need to find special ammo packs to resupply your custom ammo types. An example would be incendiary bullets that will have a visible tracer and do less damage overall, but could instantly blow up barrels and set enemy players on fire with one or more hits depending on its power. As for crossbows, we will merge the existing variants into just a crossbow and normal hand crossbow, and then allow players to customize the ammo for these instead of having separate explosive or shot bolt crossbows, etc. Which is great news, especially with the new hand crossbow bolt types that are coming. Having a whole bunch of different variants would just clutter the store. And so what it sounds like is you can equip any of these custom ammo types to any variant of a weapon as long as it's linked to that weapon's unlock tree. So we're going to get into this a little bit later, but not all weapons have access to all types of custom ammo. A good example would be, I believe it was the Nagant pistol has access to poison bullets, while the Caldwell conversion pistol has access to incendiary bullets. So, not everything gets access to everything, but being able to basically just apply this stuff to whatever you want is actually pretty nice. Alright, well, let's get into the second part, and here we go. Alright, so now that we've gone over kind of the summary and how this is expected to work, which, to be fair, it hasn't been released yet. This is all subject to change. This is all mainly speculation. Let's get into kind of a more in-depth look at the different ammos. A user on Reddit by the name of LordKozmo came up with a diagram showing what each bullets should go to. And for the most part, this actually looks very accurate to me. The triple question mark in the bottom, over down here, is more than likely going to be for the new Winfield that uses medium ammo in the coming update. But as you can see, there's a lot of these black band ones that have like a piece of black tape. There's red band ones with etchings in the tip, and obviously the ones with poison vials in the end. For the most part, that looks like everything besides a couple others that I've noticed, and we're going to be getting a bit more in depth into that in just a second. Okay, so first things first, let's get into my more, I guess, crazy theory, and the one I'm a bit more excited about, which is the hand crossbow. Now, in this little picture I've got up on the screen, you can see that obviously top left and bottom right are the crossbow bolts we have currently. That's the compact crossbow bolt, base variant, and the poison crossbow arrow, which is debatably not so great unless you're using it as a tool rather than PvP. Now, top right, it almost looks like a bundle of little vials tied together with some wire and needles on the end. But if you look closely, to me, that looks like it's filled with yellow liquid. And I can't think of anything that does yellow liquid unless they're going to do, like, maybe some weird thing like you can shoot your teammate and give him, like, a stamina shot or something, but that would be kind of ridiculous and, like, give the arrows no use. The other thing I was thinking about is Hellfire bombs are kinda yellow. So this might be an incendiary round, which would be kind of crazy. I don't know if y'all look at Hellfire bombs very much, but their iconic thing is on top is they have a yellow rubber stopper with a yellow match. And then for all fire bombs, the liquid inside the bottle is kind of this orange-yellow. So that's my theory. That, or maybe that's just kind of a basic shot bolt, and it's going to be a mini shot bolt. But I mean, we won't know until then. My theory is it's incendiary. Now, in the bottom left here, a lot of people are saying that's a choke bomb, and that's very possible. I would actually believe that, but I don't know. There's too many ridges on the end. My thought is this might be a mini fragmentation arrow. So I'm thinking it's gonna be like it's gotta be like maybe a quarter to half the damage of what a frag would do, but it applies a butt ton of bleeding. And this would be more of like a status effect thing, and your goal would kind of be like bleeding people to death, kind of like what packs of dogs do to players. And that's actually kind of a scary thought because dogs are pretty lethal, and the fragments of frag bombs go through walls. So a fragmentation arrow would be quite scary. The only reason why I don't think it's a choke bomb is because this is a full ammo type. So unless you're bringing a hand crossbow, which is a gun, in as just putting out fires, I think it's going to be like a fragmentation arrow. Unless they make the hand crossbow a tool, which I highly doubt they will. I really don't think they will. But if they do, then a choke bomb hand crossbow would make a lot more sense. But I guess that's just wait to see. My personal opinion is top right arrow, more than likely a hellfire bomb arrow or like some incendiary round. And then bottom left could be a choke bomb. I'm thinking frag, but I guess we'll just gonna have to wait and see. Alright, now it's to get into the real meat and potatoes of this video. Not to downplay the crossbow or anything, but I know that's not what everyone's, big thing is. The biggest part of this update is going to be basic guns get multiple variants of bullets, and that's a big deal. Um, so starting off with the most obvious things, these red taped bullets are more than likely your incendiary rounds, like they mentioned earlier. Now, the green one is obviously a poison vial, just like it is on the hand crossbow. So, poison rounds confirmed. Now, getting into these black taped ones, my guess is these are a type of possibly over penetration rounds, being like Full Metal Jacket. So these are probably going to let you shoot through objects that you aren't normally able to. So for like compact ammo, you can maybe shoot through metal now, that kind of thing. For long ammo, it might be like you can shoot through solid walls now, like brick walls or like hay bales, which would be kind of intense. But again, that is my speculation. Now, there is these two off to the left here, and I think that these are possibly high velocity rounds. In LordKozmo's picture earlier, which I'll put on screen, he shows that this is for the Mosin and the Lebel. And these are, the Lebel is known for having a slower muzzle velocity than the Mosin. And if the muzzle velocity for the Mosin goes any higher, it's almost going to be hit scan. So these are more than likely, in my opinion, possibly high velocity rounds or over pressurized rounds that some people talk about. And basically that just means their muzzle velocity goes higher. I don't know what the downside of that would be, maybe less damage, but that is just one idea of what those could be. Now, don't forget that each of these groupings of 3 is for a specific family, like the ones on the left are the Mosin, the ones next to that are the Lebel, so on and so forth. What each grouping of 3, I do believe, contains the base variant bullet. So basically, each gun is only going to get access to 2 types of things, except for maybe shotguns. Shotguns seem like they have a very large variety, actually. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Now, as a continuation from the last bit, there was one additional round I wanted to zoom in on in particular, which I couldn't do before. And this is the medium ammo section. As you can see, it's got all the same variety types, the black tape, the red tape, the poison vial. But this one in particular I wanted to talk about, um, it's got the arrow on it. It's got kind of like a line on the tip, and so back in the Civil War, um, or I guess it's right after the Civil War, when cartridge ammo became really popular, what a lot of soldiers would do is they would saw the tips of their bullets, and so when it would hit somebody, it would split apart inside them, basically your hollow point rounds. Specifically, they're called split tips because, the tips split. And these are probably going to be your bleeding type ammo. Um, this stuff's going to be really nasty. Probably the downside of this is you can't penetrate through objects anymore. And obviously a little bit less damage initially. But it's going to make up for the less damage with bleeding. They're either taking damage from the bleeding or they have to back off and heal, or bandage up, so they can't keep fighting. Alright, so moving on from the kind of explanation of my thoughts of each types of bullets, we're just going to go really quickly over the shotgun rounds. Now, it looks, unless they're going to limit what types of shotguns get access to what shells, which actually would make sense, maybe it's like full-sized guns get access to certain ones because they can handle the caliber, or the gauge rather, of the shell, and others can't. I don't know. But starting off, top right is obviously our base shell. Shotgun shells right now are yellow. You can't even look at the shot bolt. Yellow, yellow shell. Then bottom below that is these nails. This is probably got to be your flèche round. This has got to be your bleeding. Obviously getting shot with a bunch of nails is going to make you bleed. Duh. One below that, I I do believe this is probably going to be your slug round. Um, it looks like a bunch of copper plates, like fused together almost, and that's probably got hold together, and like that thing's gonna hit you like a truck. Now, my guess is that's gonna be a lot weaker than a nitro. Nitro, yes, is technically a slug shotgun, but it's also an elephant gun. It is made to kill an elephant. This is just a slug round, so you're more consistently going to get probably one-shot kills within a shorter range. Maybe it would drop the range for one-shot kills down lower, things like that. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. But my guess is that's a slug round. Again, this is all speculation. Green, more than likely poison. Now, this white one says star shell on it, and that could mean a lot of things. If you watched my last video, that was actually just a cut of a conversation out of a stream I had. We were thinking that possibly this might be an explosive round. Lower damage but area of effect. Other people think it might have like a flash bomb kind of effect, blind people temporarily that get hit by it. Um, I was thinking it might also be, going off of the star name, it might be a thermite round, like Dragon's Breath, but that would make more sense for the orange one up here. Um, Again, if y'all have any ideas or if y'all want to start a conversation down in the comment section, like go for it. I love to talk to you guys about this stuff, um, especially in-depth things like this. Really, I find a lot of fun with, and hopefully we can maybe figure out some of the stuff or figure out like ways to use it by the time it comes out. Now, here's the real question everyone's asking about. When are we going to get the update? So, on their post, they did say that this is going to be coming very soon. Now, Crytek are very particular about their words. They know how their fans read things, and when they say very soon, I'm very confident it's very soon. Um, like, I would not even be surprised if it's within the next couple of weeks. Now, what I'm expecting is this is going to come out at least on the test servers by the end of the month. And I say that for two reasons. One, obviously they stated very soon. Crytek's very particular about their grammar. Duh, I just said that. Secondly, this little teaser was on the console news tab. Now, I don't know if a lot of you know, but the PC and console tabs for the news are separate. It's not just Crytek goes plug and chug, hey, everyone gets the same news. Actually, it's different, especially when it comes to DLCs and stuff, because PC usually gets their DLCs first, and then it comes out to console later, and that's when, for PC, hey, look, check out our new DLCs. Console doesn't get those news yet because it's not out on console yet. So console and PC have different sets of news, yet they got them at the same time. So I do believe this is gonna be out at least on test servers by the end of February. That's kind of exciting for me. Now, yes, that is my theory. Yes, we don't actually know. And yes, companies say very soon because for them, their very soon is very different from our very soon. Our very soon is like, give it to me this afternoon, and their very soon is, we're still working on it, but we're really excited. Now, the other thing, yes, they're probably just driving up hype, hoping everyone gets really excited about it. It's happening. Very obviously, everyone's really excited. I'm making a video because I'm excited. But I think this is great, and I think this is genuinely happening very soon, like very very soon. But we're gonna have to wait and see. This is gonna seriously change up the game, and I guess we're all gonna be going along for the ride together. So, just going over kind of the overall arching kind of theme of this stuff. A lot of people are really worried about long ammo getting like bleeding effects, poison effects, obviously burning effects. Like imagine getting hit by a sparks and just losing a health bar. That would be like detrimental. Um, but so what it sounds like is the way that incendiary ammo is going to work is after it actually procs, because for like maybe small caliber bullets, it's going to take 2 or 3 bullets for it to actually start the burning, and for long ammo, it might take one. It's going to start the burning. You don't just get singed. You don't just lose a bar from burn damage. It's not going to be like a Hellfire Bomb. Um, Although it is going to show that you're very weak, because if they shoot you, you're on fire, they're going to push that because you either need to stop the bleeding or you're already weak. That's kind of a problem. Um, but the other thing you can think about is there's a lot of counters to these bullets. Everyone's like, oh my god, poison's going to be ridiculous. Not really, because antidote shots entirely negate poison. You take an antidote shot at the beginning of the match, which everyone's probably going to be doing once this update starts, you're now immune to the poison part of that damage, and now they're just doing less damage to you. You see how they get? Like, because if you compare this to how the hand crossbow works right now, normal hand crossbow does 195 damage. The poison crossbow bolts do 100 damage, almost half. And it applies the poison effect. Well, I mean, if you have an antidote shot, poison effect doesn't exist. They're just suddenly doing half damage to you. And if these bullets take that same approach, they're technically going to be nerfing themselves. But then again, I don't know if that's going to be nerfed nearly as hard, and maybe the poison arrows for the crossbow are going to get buffed. Who knows? But we're just going to have to wait and see. And then, outside of antidotes, there's a ton of perks. You have Mithridatist for poison, if you don't want to buy an antidote shot every round. You've got Bloodless for the Flechet rounds and split point rounds. And then you've got Salve Skin for fire. And yes, that's not going to make you immune to these things. And yes, but it bridges the gap to a degree that it doesn't really matter. It also depends, I guess, to what degree of poison and bleeding and stuff that these things are going to apply. If they add like 1 stack per shot, then that's going to, like, definitely the perk's going to kick in a lot more and you're going to recover a lot faster. Like, if you get max poison from one of these bullets, well, Mithridatist is going to make that weak and you're going to recover in like a second and then you can heal up. It's almost going to be like almost not getting hit by a poison bullet. So a lot of people are worried that this is going to break the sandbox. I think it's going to diversify it. Because now when you're leveling up a hunter, you're like, should I buy an antidote shot just in case somebody's running poison ammo? Should I get Bloodless? I mean, it's a good perk to begin with, but People are running around with, anti-personnel rounds now. So things like that are they're going to change the way you play the game and how you think about these things, which is fantastic. And like I was mentioning earlier, not every gun is going to have access to the same things because the Winfield is a super fun gun that everyone loves to play, but it currently looks like it only has access to this copper bullet and this incendiary round. The copper bullet might be high velocity or something like that. So Winfields is only going to get certain access to certain things. You're not going to be spammed down with bleeding Winfield ammo. That would be ridiculous, right? But if somebody's running around with a Caldwell Pax, that's going to do something to you. So I think this is going to be a great way to shake up the meta and add a lot more diversity to people's loadouts, as well as not everyone's going to be running this all the time. You got to remember, this stuff is special ammo now. So either everyone's going to be bringing in ammo crates, or everyone's going to be hunting and fighting over the purple ammo boxes. Now, in response to them doing this, they might up the special ammo spawns, or they might leave it the same so this stuff stays kind of niche and rare for people. Who knows? Um, I'm very curious about this. I think they're gonna do great with this. Actually, I'm actually really excited. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video. I did some research for this, not an absolute ton, but I really just kind of wanted to make a video on this because I don't think I've seen anybody else make a video, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from the last snippet I made, which was literally just a conversation between me and a friend. If you want to check that out, I'll put it in the description, along with all of the links to the different places I've got this material from. And I hope you enjoyed. I usually stream hunt on my Twitch all the time and post a good chunk of the decent clips on YouTube. Not all of them, because I want to leave something for my Twitch viewers. If you enjoyed my content, I would greatly appreciate a like. If you want more of this stuff, I'm going to attempt to stay up on the news stuff for Hunt. This is my first time doing this kind of stuff, but if y'all are actually getting something out of it, then I'm gonna actually try and do this a bit more. Just let me know what you think. If you have any pointers or any constructive criticism, please let me know. Just play nice in the comments, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.